My freshman year, I went to Westlake Junior High, and for high school, my sophomore year, I went to Granger High School. And after my sophomore year, during the summer of August 19th, 2009, that's when the accident happened, and I was only 16. A couple weeks prior to the accident, I met this boy at work. I was his waitress, actually. And, you know, I was a teenager, and the guy was cute. And so we traded numbers, and then we started talking, and then went on a couple dates with the guy. And then one day, actually that night, me and my mother got into a fight, and I was just angry, and I was a very hot-headed teenager and very stubborn. And so I went into my room and pretended to be asleep, called the boy, and I snuck out of my window and went with him. And it was just a spontaneous thing. It was with him and 4 other people, and they all decided to go on a car racing down the Immigration Canyon. And there was a total of 4 cars and 1 bullet bike. I was in the BMW car with my guy friend, who was the driver. What happened was we went, racing down Immigration Canyon, and then right before we were gonna go home, they were taking a potty break, and I was in the car just listening to music, and that was the last thing I remembered. From what I've been told from my parents and the guy is, we were on our way home in driving down Parley's Canyon, and I guess he was just driving way too fast, and we hit gravel, and we were gonna hit the mountain, and I guess he tried to avoid that, and because of avoiding that, we lost control and rolled off the mountain, and it kept hitting my side like 4 or 5 times, and then we landed in cold water for like 2 hours, and then a police patrol that we passed by earlier found us, and they had to cut the roof off. That's the way they got me out, and he was flown to the Intermountain Hospital, and I was flown to the University Hospital. When my mom came to the hospital, she thought that nothing happened to me because I had no blood or anything, but what happened was that I broke my neck in 3 different places: the cervical vertebrae 4, 5, and 6. And I think I broke my left thumb too. And in the beginning, it was bad because all I wanted to do was just sleep my life away, because I didn't, I just didn't know what was next, because, what would you do if you just can't move for the rest of your life, is what they told me. And so I was really depressed when I was in the rehab unit. If I could have done anything that day, it probably would have been not get so hot-headed and stubborn and just gotten to sneak out and get into that car. If I knew that this was going to happen, I would not gone down that route. My main message is that just because you're a passenger doesn't mean you can't speak up. So, if you're in a car and the driver is driving recklessly, speak up. Like, maybe if I spoke up, maybe, he wouldn't be driving so fast. Maybe the accident would have not happened, but it happened. But if I can, help someone else, if their driver is driving recklessly, tell them not only are they responsible for themselves, but they're responsible for you and everyone else in the car and outside the car. And so if they still don't listen, and just tell them to pull over and drop you off, and you would rather walk home than end up like me, or worse, dead. And you might think that's an uncool thing to do, but you would rather live, or because you have a lot going for your life. Like, I had a lot going, but I still do now, even though it changed my life completely. It's because I had other plans, but now I still have plans. It's just harder, but I still, live my life the way it is. I'm not doing this just to have people pity on me. I'm just doing this to have my message to other people out there to let them know, one word can just change everything.